Hey everybody, if you're like me, and I know I am, you know this album very well, Who's Next from The Who. It sounded great the first time you heard it, and it still sounds great today. So let's take one of the many classic tracks from Who's Next and use it to make you a better guitar player. Behind Blue Eyes has a lot to learn, but you can do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to single out 5 great things about this song, and we're going to put the whole song together, and those 5 things are going to make you a more advanced guitar player. Now, a couple of details before we get started. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a short version. I want to show you the whole thing. You can find that at my website, Songbike. You can become a member and see not only the rest of this video, but a lot of other great videos. Now, there's another thing you need to know, okay? Before you mash this tune and go to play along with the real song, there's a detail that I need to tell you about, okay? So stay tuned. Here comes the first part. All right, my friends, let's get right into the good stuff. I'm talking about the chords of the song. Now, Pete Townshend uses some regular chords here, like E minor and D, C, and G, but he also uses some modified chords, which are easy, they sound fantastic, and they're absolutely necessary if you're going to play this song. So, let's start with the number 1 chord. Pete Townshend owns this chord. It's the E suspended 4 chord. I want you to play an E minor chord with your 2nd and 3rd fingers, and then add on your pinky, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Now, when I say Pete Townshend owns this chord, I mean you and I can't go out and write a song with this chord and some nice arpeggio playing with a right hand without the whole world knowing that we're stealing it from Pete Townshend. You just can't do it. Like I said, he owns this chord. Let's talk about a couple of other great chords in this tune. An A suspended 2. Watch what I'm going to do here. A suspended 2. Take off my pinky. My other 2 fingers, my middle and ring, are going to drop down 1 string. Okay? No fat E string, but the other 5 are fair game. An A suspended 2 chord. By the way, if you're curious about where the names of chords come from, check out my series called Music Theory for Guitarists. Okay, you got a few of those for free on YouTube, and the rest of them are available at Songbike on my website there. Okay, so we've got 2 chords so far. Let's talk about a chord that may be very familiar to you, a D suspended 4 chord. It's a D chord with the pinky on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Okay, you've probably done that one before. It's an extremely common chord. You know, of all the modified chords out there, what I call modified chords, this suspended, D suspended 4 is extremely common. But you're going to need that one for sure, okay? Now, here's another one, a C add 9 chord. Take a regular C chord, C major, add your pinky on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and you've got a C add 9 chord, okay? Don't let the name throw you off, right? Just a C chord with an extra note. We're modifying that C chord. Gotta have that for Behind Blue Eyes. Okay, and one more chord. It's actually more of a chord change. You hear this G chord being strummed by Pete Townshend, and he suddenly modifies it. Check out my left hand for a second. See what I did right there? So it's a G chord without a doubt, but for that brief moment, he moves his middle finger to the 4th string, 2nd fret, and he puts down his index finger, 2nd string, 1st fret. It's sort of like a C. If you wanted to give this chord a name, you could call it a C/G chord. A C chord with G in the bass. That's what it means when you see C/G. A C chord with G in the bass. The name isn't so important. The technique is what we're talking about here, okay? The index comes down, the middle finger moves over. For extra credit, lean over your ring finger at that exact moment so the 5th string sounds dead. Hear that dead sound? I'm plucking the 5th string right there. Okay? So, in slow motion, we have the G chord. The index comes down, the middle moves over, and the ring finger leans a little bit to deaden out the 5th string. And you've got a great little modification. So you have, I'm going to strum up here so you can see my hand. Now don't worry too much about the strumming at this moment. I just want you to see that nice little modification in there, right? All right, so you ready to move on? Let's go to the next clip. Now that we've covered the most distinctive chords from the song, let's turn to the arpeggio picking that Pete Townshend is doing during the intro and verses of Behind Blue Eyes. The word arpeggio means instead of strumming a chord, we're plucking out the individual notes. Now, some songs have arpeggios that are so recognizable and so melodic, they sound great even before the singing comes in. An example would be House of the Rising Sun. Right? As soon as you hear those notes, you know what the song is. By the way, I'm sure I have a video for House of the Rising Sun out there somewhere, so check that out on YouTube. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the intro of Behind Blue Eyes for you nice and slowly. There's only one chord, is that E suspended 4 chord. I'm going to play through it slowly. If you work on this and you can play this well, it's a great preparation for the verses. After this clip on the screen, you'll see the tab for playing the verses of Behind Blue Eyes. But work hard on the intro and the verses will be really easy for you. Okay, so here comes the intro. Only one chord in my left hand, the E suspended 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, a lot of moving around. You notice I was doing down strokes, I was doing up strokes. I'm not going to necessarily tell you exactly which note should be down and which note should be up, but definitely be aware of what you're doing. Think about what's economical. For instance, if I'm playing the second string and then the third string, and then maybe even the fourth string right in a row, I'm likely to do all 3 of those as upstrokes. Give it some thought. There's more than one way to divide up the downs and ups, but find what works for you and then stick with it. Okay, those downstrokes and upstrokes. And that goes for the verses as well. So go ahead, work on that intro, okay? And like I said, the skill that you're learning here with your picking hand is exactly what you'll need for the verses. The precision, the string skipping, the downs and ups, all that kind of stuff will completely prepare you for the verses. Okay, YouTube fans, there's a lot more about Behind Blue Eyes that I want to show you, including a crucial detail about tuning your guitar, all right? So to see the rest of this video, head over to Songbike where you can access not only this video, but tons and tons of other great videos that are not available on YouTube, okay? So definitely check it out, Songbike right down there. All right, I will see you over at Songbike, and thanks for watching.